Number 12, 1971 Mitsubishi Galant GTO. Now here's where things got seriously cool. The 1971 Mitsubishi Galant GTO wasn't just fast, it had serious attitude. Imagine a car in the early 70s pulling off 0 to 60 in just 9 seconds, topping out at 120 miles per hour, and still managing 25 miles per gallon. That's not just impressive, it's game-changing. Design-wise, it looked straight out of an American muscle car dream, with a long hood, ducktail rear, and sleek frameless windows. It even had quad headlights and that signature pillarless look. Number 11, 1975, Toyota Celica GT. Here's one that catches everyone off guard, the 1975 Toyota Celica GT. On paper, it didn't scream speed. With a 0 to 60 time of 12.5 seconds and a top speed of 114 miles per hour, it seemed more like a cruiser than a muscle machine. But that's exactly what made it the perfect sleeper. It started out with a 134 cubic inch inline-4 making just 96 horsepower, not much by today's standards. But when Kong View and his cousins picked up a tired old Celica GT, they saw potential. They gave it a full makeover, including gunmetal Corvette paint and a swapped-in 4th Gen 3S GTE engine. Number 10, 1972, Mazda RX-3 Coupe. Here's a small car that made a huge impact. The 1972 Mazda Savannah RX-3 Coupe was proof that power doesn't always come in big packages. With a 110 horsepower Wankel rotary engine tucked into a lightweight frame, it could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 8.8 seconds. Its 10A rotary engine was revolutionary. Not only was it compact, but it helped Mazda dodge Japan's tax system that penalized bigger engines. Clever move, right? The RX-3 wasn't just about straight-line speed either. With a 4-speed manual and power brakes, front discs and rear drums, it was a balanced performer. Its Mustang-inspired dual headlights and sloped rear window gave it a standout design for its time. Inside, the RX-3 was both sporty and functional. Embossed vinyl seats, a well-laid-out dashboard, and a steering wheel flaunting the signature rotary engine emblem made it clear this car had character. Despite a live rear axle with leaf springs, the RX-3 had enough suspension finesse for everyday fun and weekend thrills. Number 9/1968 Isuzu 1 17 Coupe. The 1968 Isuzu 1 17 Coupe might not be the first name that comes to mind in the muscle car world, but don't be fooled, it had the looks and performance to back it up. Powered by a dual overhead cam, 98 cubic inch inline-4, it made 118 horsepower and topped out at 120 miles per hour. Not bad at all, especially considering the time period. This coupe was one of Japan's first sports luxury cars, and its styling came courtesy of Giorgetto Giugiaro. Yes, the same designer behind iconic Ferraris and Alfa Romeos. The 117's exterior featured chrome-trimmed quad headlights, clean horizontal grille lines, and a sporty sloping roofline. It had that classy Euro feel with a Japanese twist. Inside it offered leather seats, a centered tachometer and speedo, and a full set of driving gauges. Fender-mounted mirrors added to its vintage charm. It was marketed as a halo car for Isuzu, meant to change the brand's image from truck maker to style icon. And it worked. Number 8, 1973 Datsun Bluebird SSSS Coupe. Here's one for the purists. The 1973 Datsun Bluebird SSS Coupe, known as the 6Mi, 10 in the US, was a straight-up rally-bred machine with a daily driver's soul. With 123 horsepower from its 98 cubic inch inline-4 and a 0 to 60 time of 10.2 seconds, it was no slouch. But what made this car so impressive was its consistency. It could rip through the quarter mile in just under 9.5 seconds, faster than a Chevy Camaro LT of the same era. The Bluebird was rear-wheel drive, had a 4-wheel independent suspension, and was influenced by the likes of the BMW 2002 and Fiat 131. Twin Hitachi side draft carbs gave the engine more character, and its agile chassis made it a threat on twisty roads. Number 7, 1974 Toyota Corolla SR5. Now, here's a car that punched above its weight. The 1974 Toyota Corolla SR5 had a 73 cubic inch inline-4, making 115 horsepower. While 0 to 60 took 16.4 seconds, the SR5's charm lay in its lightweight chassis and tunability. Rear-wheel drive and a 5-speed manual made it a joy to throw around corners. At just over 2,000 pounds, it was nimble and responsive. The British racing green paint and JDM touches gave it a low-key look that belied its potential. The final version of the lightweight Corolla lineup The SR5 had solid bones for anyone wanting to build a fast, stylish coupe. Number 6. 1990 Nissan 300ZX Twin Turbo. By 1990, the Japanese car scene was evolving, and the Nissan 300ZX Twin Turbo was leading the charge. With 300 horsepower from a twin turbocharged 183 cubic inch V6, it could hit 60 miles per hour in just 6 seconds. Quarter mile, done in 15 seconds at 93 miles per hour. The 300ZX wasn't just about brute force. It was refined, smooth, and loaded with tech. A 5-speed manual or 4-speed automatic could be paired with a limited slip diff for razor-sharp power delivery. With multi-link suspension at the rear and unequal length control arms up front, it cornered like a champ. Inside, it featured variable assist electronic power steering, precise shifter feel, and ventilated disc brakes with 4-piston calipers up front. Number 5. 1970 Datsun 240Z. This one's a legend. The 1970 Datsun 240Z brought performance and design together in a way that hadn't been seen before from Japan. Powered by a 146 cubic inch inline-6 engine delivering 175 horsepower, it reached 0 to 60 in 8 seconds and topped out at 120 miles per hour. Its independent suspension setup made it incredibly stable and nimble. A few quirks like throttle lag and uneven cornering response didn't hold it back. It absolutely dominated in SCCA racing throughout the 1970s and made a name for itself on both coasts of the US. This was a true muscle car with soul and spirit, and it left a legacy that's still being celebrated. Number 4. 1994 Toyota Celica ST205. Now here's something wild. The Celica ST205 was practically a rally car for the road. With 254 horsepower from a turbocharged inline-4 and all-wheel drive, it could blast to 60 miles per hour in just 5.9 seconds. Its top speed? A blistering 153 miles per hour. Featuring a short-throw 5-speed manual and a torque-hungry turbo setup, it felt powerful at every RPM. With racing seats, collapsible backrests, and gold speedline wheels, it looked as good as it felt. It even clinched a win at the 1995 Rally Catalunya. Number 3. 1973 Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR. Some call it the Phantom, and that's not just because of its rare production. Only 200 units of the 1973 Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR were made. It packed a 160 horsepower inline-6 and could dash to 60 in 8.4 seconds, reaching a top speed of 124 miles per hour. Number 2. 1991 Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. Built like a missile, the 3000 GT VR4 had a 300 horsepower twin-turbo V6 and 306 pound-feet of torque. With all-wheel drive, it launched from 0 to 60 in just 4.8 seconds. It had everything: luxury, speed, and tech. Over time, later models even pushed 320 horsepower. It might have been heavy, but it was stable, quick, and futuristic. A true grand tourer that could keep pace with the best. Number 1. 1967 Toyota 2000 GT. The one that started it all. The 1967 Toyota 2000 GT was more than a car. It was a symbol. With a Yamaha-developed inline-6 producing 150 horsepower, it hit 60 miles per hour in 8 seconds and topped out at 130 miles per hour. It came with disc brakes, magnesium wheels, and a double wishbone suspension straight from the track. Only 337 were made, and it even made an appearance in a James Bond movie. Stylish, rare, and way ahead of its time, the 2000 GT is Japanese muscle royalty. Its sleek, low-slung body drew comparisons to the Jaguar E-Type. Which of these legends left the biggest impression? Could the future hold an electric Japanese muscle icon that redefines speed all over again? Let's see. If this lineup of Japanese muscle got your heart racing, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop your favorite in the comments below. There's more high-octane content coming your way. Don't miss it.